are you? Oh, good.
Am I gonna thank you for giving me the opportunity to see the sunrise over Cairo?
Yeah, well, sorry for that. You had to wake up at 5.
In fact, we woke up before the break of dawn, but of course, that is what you do. What time do you start practicing for rowing?
Yeah, so we start at 6. Yeah, it's usually tough in the winter because it's quite dark. And yeah, we wake up at like 5 to be here on time.
And is that like every day, or you have some days off?
If you train like high performance, you have to do this every day. And they 6 days a week. Over here, we train 4 days a week, which is, as a start, is quite tough also. To wake up at 5 every 4 days a week, it's also tough.
Of course, you are high performance because you've been the national champion of rowing here in Egypt for many, many years. What inspired you or motivated you to start rowing?
Yeah, so it's a funny story. It was back in the revolution time, 2011. And just during the revolution, I decided, oh, I want to start something new. And it's like a time where everyone's changing lives. And I decided to go for rowing. I've been seeing boats going back and forth for years, and I was curious and never like really knew where to go. But then decided to walk into one club and like start rowing in the middle of everything that's happening.
And the rest was history, as they say. But of course, rowing is not new to Egypt. I believe this is one of the birthplaces of rowing. And of course, I mean, the Nile River is right here. Do you know the history of rowing? Yeah.
So yeah, it goes back to the time of the pharaohs, and we have the pictures of pharaohs rowing on temples, on the walls, and it's like it was mostly for transportation. And then we adopted competitive rowing, I would say, a bit later. Because first people who started it were the British, and then it went on to the rest of the world. Over here, I would say we have around 15 different clubs all over the country who row, and no more than 700 athletes, which I would say is a bit modest. We could do much more. I mean, having the Nile stretched from south until all the way north, I'm pretty sure we can have like everyone rowing on the Nile.
I mean, that must be so amazing though, to be rowing on like the world's most famous river every morning.
Yeah, well, you know, we have the misconceptions and myths about the Nile. Even Egyptians do, but yeah, the rest of the world, they would ask me, oh, so you row on the Nile? So are there crocodiles? Yeah, like, yeah, we have crocodiles, of course. This is how we are so fast, because you have to row away from crocodiles. No, of course, we don't have crocodiles over here, thanks to our big dam at the bottom of our country. But yeah, so we have misconceptions over the Nile. It's a great place to be. We have water all year round. It's such a beautiful body of water for us rowers, and we have to make use of it more than that. So the taboos that we need to think away of, no crocodiles. The Nile is the water. It's just like any other kind of water. It's not like gonna, you know, do anything. It's just like any other water. It has current, so you have to think about that. No diseases, because it's flowing, so it's not possible. Yeah, so nothing to be afraid of. We just need to take care of the Nile. Raise awareness of don't throw things on the Nile, take care of it. You know, it's where we drink out of, it's where we live, and it's where we train.
So what does it take to make a rowing champion?
It takes a lot of discipline. I would say discipline and consistency that makes the technique perfect, that also makes you excel physically, because it's a lot of training. You have to really give away so much of your life. You have to sleep maximum at 9 p.m., which is also, yeah, it's a lot of sacrifice, because your social life, friends and family, and also you have to pay a little bit from your work, because yeah, it comes at a price, to be honest. But discipline, and then you have to really want to do that, because yeah, the motivation.
And what is the highest pinnacle of success? I mean, you're already the national champion of rowing in Egypt. Is there like international competitions? Is there Olympic?
Yeah, well, right. Well, I have a different point of view in here, because it depends what success means to you, right? Because we suffer. Many athletes tend to suffer from competition, because in the end, only one person could be on the podium getting the gold, right? So in the end, so many people would also think it's unfair because everyone's working so hard. I would think success is what you would just bring out of it. And for me, it wasn't like to go to the world champions, and it wasn't to win the national championships. For sure, it added so much to me, but also the times when I lost are the most times that I think I've learned so much out of losing.
What did you learn from losing?
To be humble, to be humble, to be honest, because everyone is breakable, right? At some point, and when you break, you learn so much. You learn that you are just you're not what you thought you would be, or what else you would need to work on, and yeah, I mean, those were the times that I think were most valuable. Also, the success would come out of it is that you see the love out of people around you. If you support others around you, that they would love you, they would give this back to you, this passion that you have, that that also is transmitted to the people around you, that comes back. I think this is also success. Maybe some people care so much about like winning the gold in the Olympics, and this is what they think of success. Also, this is possible. But I would say for myself, it wasn't like this wasn't the goal.
But you have been very successful nonetheless, and you were selected to be trained out of a handful of elite athletes. Tell us about this experience.
I'm very grateful for this opportunity. So there is a program by FISA, which is the federation, International Federation for Rowing, and I've been also getting so much support from my federation in Egypt, having to believe in me and trust that I can represent Egypt internationally. And then I was selected among 25 other women from 6 different sports to represent my country and be on this 14 months program in the UK. Yeah, it's amazing to come across different women from different sports. Everyone's so passionate over what they're doing, and then come back with this information to Egypt and try to implement it. Yeah, it's like it's so much to take in, so much work that needs to be done. Also, exciting, and yeah, and hopefully rewarding.
Rowing as a male-dominated sport, like many other sports. When you decided to become a rower here in Egypt, the country that's so deep in tradition, how did your family react to that? Are they supportive?
Yeah, my family is always supportive to the decisions that I take. Yeah, always. Nothing related to family. I was like also very independent, raised very independent. So it was my decision to start rowing or to stop or go into coaching, of course, for sure. In terms of the of male dominance, I mean, it's something that we have to not fight in an aggressive way, but I think if we're there and if we prove that we can be as competent and as efficient and as professional, I mean, of course, why? I mean, there's no. It changes. Times are changing, to be honest, and it's not the same. 10 years ago, you wouldn't see all the females, all those strong women, young, old ages, on the Nile rowing, for instance, right? And we're pushing. Yeah, we are pushing so hard. There are like also rules of 50-50 gender equity that now we have to be in there. We have to step up, and we have to prove that we can actually take this challenge, and we can represent our countries, and we can be as strong, and we can be as professional. And there's nothing wrong about that.
And to this end, you're starting to teach rowing in your own school.
Yeah, I mean, women, men, everyone has a place over here, and I'm very happy with how things are going.
So Emma, anyone, absolutely anyone can come and learn how to row with you?
Anyone can come, even you.
Even me? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Now I'm challenged.
All right, so let's go for it.
All right, let's do it.
or all the way in into the water. So there you go. Yes, that's it. Yes, okay. So get a closer grip. Yes, there you go. Okay. Take the oar all the way back and out of the boat. Alright? Now what I want you to do, the oar in the water and then pull all the way towards.
It's a good workout.
It is.
That's a very strong app. Wow, this has been fantastic. I've
Yeah.
gotten a workout already. Emma, thank you so much,
Thank
and I'll
you.
look forward to an actual lesson one day.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks.
Yeah, we'll wait for that.
Even today, the Great River Nile continues to hold an invaluable place in the lives of Egyptians. We still have so much to see and explore in this amazing land, but unfortunately, we've come to the end of our show. We'll definitely have to come back though. Thank you all so much for joining us as we've explored just a snippet of life along the Nile. And a big thank you to all of our guests for sharing their insights. You can join the conversation through our social media handles on Facebook and Twitter. You can also catch this and other episodes of Talk Africa on our YouTube playlist. Do keep the conversation going and join us again next week for more of Talk Africa.